live.
Sending. I'm alive.
I'm live. I'm alive. I'm live. Whatever. Hello, people. Hi. This is just a random chat here with NeuroD. Guess what I'm streaming from? I know earlier I announced that my computer was dead. It's not. Um, and I thought it was my battery. Turns out it wasn't all the way plugged in. It was most of the way plugged in. And I didn't realize that it wasn't completely plugged in until I went to charge my phone and use the same spot. So my laptop battery's fine, thankfully. But that's kind of funny. I felt really silly about it. Next time I'll look closer. You know that the whole tech support question that people ask the person on the phone when they're calling, is it plugged in? Well, technically yes, but not all the way. So maybe tech support people, is it plugged in all the way? Okay, so computer's good. That makes me very happy. Also, some good news on the VA front, the disabled veterans, is they're putting a pause on that new ruling, potentially taking compensation from veterans on medication. According to Stars and Stripes, they're not going to implement it in the future, but Doug Collins, Trump administration, you can't necessarily believe everything they're saying, because they say one thing and mean another a lot of the times. Anyways, it would still be good to contact them at regulations.gov and type in RIN 2900AS49. There's also a link that I shared about it earlier that Nick Paro commented on, and I thought I restacked it. In case I didn't, I'll check later and make sure that it's available. But the good news is small victory is they paused it, so they're not implementing it right now. They might find another angle later. It was in Project 2025, so just keep it on your radar and keep pushing. I'm also looking for artists for a platform with Jason Odell. When we started the Misfits Muse, we do have someone scheduled pretty soon on March 8th after Jason gets back from his Star Trek cruise. I hope you're having fun, Jason. Although I don't think the cruise has just started yet. But anyways, we're looking for artists to platform, and that's all kinds of arts: film, literature, poetry, painting, sculpting, etc. We have StreamYard, so we're able to share photographs of your work. If you want to do a poetry reading, which our first guest, Sarah Dudley, did, you can do that, or fiction. We have a very wide net as far as that's concerned. We're looking for, yes, I love satire. You ready, Grandma? And you write some great stuff. I enjoy reading what you post. And I did notice you posted something recently, and I do have that in a tab ready to go. And if you're not following You Ready, Grandma, she does some pretty great satire. And yes, would love to have you on. Just got to work out the dates with Jason. He travels a lot. He's a photographer, traveling photographer. You should follow his live stream sometimes, even if you're not into photography. I like taking pictures, but I don't understand a lot of what he's saying because of the jargon, but I still really enjoy the pictures he shows. And really, he could just read a dry technical manual. His voice is amazing. So if you're not following Jason Odell, my partner on the Misfits Muse, please do so. Yeah, it would be great. Go ahead and DM me. You ready, Grandma? It would be great to have you on and have you read your stuff. That really excites me that you're interested. See some people in the chats here. Hi, Arkun. Am I pronouncing your name right? Go ahead and correct me if I'm not. It's really important to me to pronounce things correctly. Yes, Jason Odell. You ready, Grandma? Jason Odell. Hi, Kat. Biselli. How's everybody doing? Where are you coming in from? I'm here in Oregon. Just let me know where you're at, or don't. That's okay too. Um, so yeah, I'm just here for those few announcements and a general chat if anybody's interested in. Oh, you're from Oregon too, Arcoon. Great, awesome. You ready, Grandma? California. All right, West Coast. Anybody from anywhere else? In the U.S., anywhere in the world? You're near Eugene. Oh, right on. I went to U of O a long time ago. Graduated in '09, and my friend Jill lives down there. She's the head of the Register Guard. She just moved back from Indiana this last year. You're originally from Wisconsin. All right. And Walter Ryan lives in Wisconsin. You follow him? Uh, what is his Substack name is I'd Rather Be Writing. He's got good stuff too. Yeah, go Ducks. Sorry, I haven't been necessarily loyal to my alma mater or follow sports for that matter, but um, I did enjoy um, the community down there when I lived there. Um, I think I've kind of aged out of it at this point, but that's all right. That's what happens when you get older, right? Um, you left due to cheese addiction. Well, cheese is yummy. Being addicted to it, I think, is understandable. Some people are addicted to chocolate. I'm not. I do enjoy it, but I pretty much only buy it on discount chocolate days, like the day after Valentine's Day. And then I eat like most of a box of it, and then I'm good for several months. But cheese, we need a discount cheese day for sure. Whole state has a problem. Hmm. California or I'm not. You ready, Grandma? Which state? You lived in Corvallis for a long time? Oh, versatile. Oh, so you're platypus. Versatile, nothing to do with where you live. I've been called versatile once by an old soccer coach when I was in high school. He said that I could equally play well in any position. I'm not sure I agree with that. I wasn't the greatest goalie or sweeper. Um, Sweeper's kind of like the last middle defender. But I liked playing the wings, pretty much any of them. But I loved playing the wings on defense, mostly because I could slide tackle. Um, I didn't really care as much about scoring as I did slide tackling. But that was so many years ago. Thank you for the hearts. Hey Joe, how you doing? Yeah, Joe's one of my subscribers and sent me a nice email a while back, and I see Joe regularly in Lisa and Robes and Julie Elder's live stream. It's called like bedtime not on the porch. It goes from like 6:30 to 8 p.m. Pacific time, so that's much later East Coast. What would that be, like 9:30 to, yikes, 11? Um, yeah, I that's like one of my favorite things to do in the evening is go into that live stream, because it's really laid back and joking around, and it's a writers group, so you might occasionally hear, someone read something they wrote, and it's very enjoyable. I like it very much. Yeah, yeah. You're right, grandma says, "I thought everyone slept in their porch." Well, I think what it is, 'cause I didn't join until, it was already cold, coming into winter, and, in the warmer seasons, Lisa's actually on the porch, so I think it's bedtime on the porch. Um, for a long time, I thought it said before bedtime, um, but I recently noticed that it doesn't, and that's just headcanon for me because it is before bedtime, but no, we're not all in our beds on the live stream. Porch peeps, y'all the bomb. Yeah, I would be if I had a porch, but I live in a townhouse and I just have a tiny slab of concrete. which isn't really conducive for porch sitting. Woohoo! Okay. So what do y'all want to talk about? Just if anyone wants to come on here, just let me know and I'll try to figure out how to do that. I can add guests. Oh, yeah, there's a little thingy right there. Um, if anyone wants to come on here and chat too, you're welcome to come on. Any takers? Joe, you ready, Grandma? I'm usually told to sleep outside. Porch works. Oh, I love you. uh, I'm on the train or I would. Okay, that's fair. Okay, well, um, getting a little dry here. I'm not the greatest at going solo. I'm getting more practice at it, but um, I suppose if I were to go solo again and go for longer than a handful of minutes, I would need to plan something out and have like a list of items to talk about that's more than 3 items long. Um, so what are y'all happy about today? Is there anything that's giving you any joy today other than being on the porch? I don't want to annoy everyone. Yeah, that's fair. Mm, just waiting. Okay, people. I don't think I kind of ran out of things to talk about. No one's asked me about my dogs. They're over at my neighbors. But they tend to be a little barky this time of day. Doing dishes at the moment. Sorry. Yeah, that's all right. I came on here randomly, and it is sort of that time of day where people are doing other things, maybe watching the news. Um, so yeah, I didn't expect high attendance or anything. Mostly, I just wanted to announce that my computer's working. Yay! Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken. That's my neighbor that just entered the chat. Tell everybody hi. Jason! That's Jason Odell. I was just talking about him. What are you doing, Jason? You're on vacay. My feed drop. I missed everything. Um, did it just drop? I don't think you missed much. Jason, can you come on or is it not good right now? Joe says, my finches, the 11 hoodlums are raising a tiny, ugly baby. They start so scary like little hungry worms. You're chilling in the airport hotel. Okay, yeah, probably not the greatest place for going on a live. Um, Up to you. You're on hotel Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm not crazy about hotel Wi-Fi myself. It tends to be unreliable. The last time I tried, I was trying to take game development courses. They're really hard. Um, Actually, just learning straight coding's less hard for me. Um, but anyways, I was trying to do homework, but I was on a family thing, and I was in the hotel room trying to do my homework, which I had to have an internet connection to do, because my textbooks and all the work, everything was online. There wasn't really anything I could download, and I wasn't able to do my work, which was frustrating. Gas station sushi, hotel Wi-Fi. Yeah, I would say the safety level's about the same. What's too serious? Do I think international community will do what our DOJ refuses to with Epstein-related arrests? Um, I think probably some of them, yeah. UK has already arrested Prince Andrew, and France is doing something with Musk. There's some other countries in there too. Um, the Epstein files isn't something that I dive deep into. I catch the highlights. Being a childhood SA survivor myself, it can be a bit triggering at times. So, um, I decided that my wheelhouse is morale, and that's what I want to do. My views, of course, are still important, and it's still important to advocate those things, but I just want to be here to be a little bit of relief from all of that. That's what I decided, that's what I'm better at, I think. And it also kind of just helps me keep going too. I'm in a better headspace when, because when I'm trying to keep up morale, I'm not doing it. mm, I'm doing it for me too. I mean, I was already doing it for me. It's one of the reasons I would say in a lot of my posts at the end, I would say carve out some joy, because this isn't a sprint, or it's a marathon, and we got to pace ourselves. We're not machines. We have to sleep. We have to eat. Um, and I'm not going to list off the other things, but you know what I mean. Um, we also need to take care of our brains. Our brains are very important, um, and that includes morale. So that's part of the point of mine and Jason's podcast, and also Mind Haven with Sushi and Tig, who are also great co-hosts. Um, and Mind Haven is a different kind of morale, and it's not necessarily joy focused. It's not absent of joy, but it's focused on talking about our mental health experiences, and not as professionals, just as a community. If I ever have a satire idea, I'll let you know if I have one. I haven't had any of those ideas for a while. I kind of backed off from comedy writing myself, um, until I get a stronger sense of humor that isn't so problematic. Because back in the day, in my 20s, I was super problematic, and it was mostly ableist, but some of it was internalized misogyny. Um, and so things pop into my head, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to say that. That's not okay. Um, so yeah, if I could develop a keener sense of humor, I might get back into it. Um, but yeah, I will totally run ideas by you if I have any. You ready, Grandma? Hey, Jason, she wants to come on our show. I really, really excited about that. I don't know if you've read her stuff, but you should. I'm getting a little dry here. I'm gonna have some water. Um, I was a right wing religious conservative. I feel yeah. I was out of high school, slightly conservative. I wouldn't say that I was right wing, but um, then I went in the military and drifted left ever since. You're a 40-year-old man? Okay. um, so I have a question. You ready, Grandma? What inspired that handle, that Substack name, if you're willing to share? Dishes are done, man. Oh, don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. What year did that come out? I want to say that was like late 80s or 90s. Christina Applegate. Does anyone here remember that? There's a scene where they're sitting on the roof. Um, Christina's character told her brother to do the dishes. Yeah, they're sitting on the roof. He's sitting on the roof with his friends, throwing the dishes out and shooting them. And after they ran out of dishes, dishes are done, man. I made a funny name for my satire, like The Onion, after seeing a comic strip. I'll explain. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that you're a 40-year-old man. I assumed you were I'm of grandparent age, so it's kind of like a solidarity thing almost. Um, okay, I almost reread what I already read. Um, so are are you going to explain now, or wait until you're on our show? It's a little girl pushing her grandma on a wheelchair toward a jump, and she asks, "You ready, Grandma?" Okay, okay. Do you remember the TV show? It was kind of a sitcom, um, called Dinosaurs? "Fuck yeah, I'm ready." Okay. So the grandma says, "Fuck yeah, I'm ready." Okay. Um, ouch. Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind seeing that comic strip. Well, totally derailed myself here. Oh, dinosaurs, right. So there's this scene in one of the episodes, or the episode is, like, the older dinosaurs get pushed into a tar pit, and, Carl, the main character, can't wait to push his mother-in-law dinosaur into the tar pit. I don't really remember any of the lines from that show except for what the baby says. "Not the mama." But that's all there is to it. Okay. Well, You Ready Grandma is a satire Substack written by a 40-year-old man. It's still good. On off time, maybe send me an invite. I have my mic going, but don't wanna waste time until it's confirmed Substack viable. I get that, Joe. I get that. Yeah. I don't know if I can do the baby voice. "Not the mama." No, that sounds too much like Bobby. You remember Bobby's World? Howie Mandel? Uh, anyway. Um, did he do the dinosaur voice? I don't even know. I just know, like, Bobby's World, and I think he did Gizmo from Gremlins. That was pretty darn good. Okay, thank you. I don't remember how I learned to do that. I hung around people who did things all the time. Bobby was similar, yeah. I used to be able to make bird sounds pretty well. Um, I can still kinda do them, and it messes with my neighbor's cat. I used to be able to do them better than that. Um, I'm just kinda out of practice, but I can make those chirpy sounds, and the cat will go around looking for the bird. And, my neighbor lately has been putting on cat TV, which if I'm there with the dog my dog will also watch, but, the cat will, like, go up to the TV and not see the birds on the TV, and then the TV's on a stand, the cat will, like, go around the stand and go behind the TV to look for the birds. It's pretty funny. And, I remember the first time I made a little dog noise, that Hofty, my poodle, heard me. You know how they do that head tilt? "Eep," he's like, "Oh my god." Ah, oh, I can't do it. Anyways, um, the Hofty knows that it's me now, but originally he's like, "What? What's going on?" But the bird thing I used to be really good at, and I actually used to mess with people when I'd ride, the Max, which is Portland's commuter train, or one time I was sitting in a college class, and the class was done. Um, a lot of people had already left, but some people were still behind talking to the, professor, and I was just sitting there chirping, waiting for anyone to notice. One of my classmates noticed, and I noticed, she noticed, and I was like, "Shh," right? And then eventually the instructor was looking for the bird. She's like, "Oh, sweetie, you don't wanna be in here." She's, like, looking for the bird. And eventually I just laughed and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. I'm just messing with you." Uh, who knew we'd be practicing our noises? My dog is watching this too. Oh, is Barkley watching? Hi, Barkley. Like, my neighbor Ken is here in the chat, and my dogs are with him right now, and we met at, our estate's dog park, and his dog, he's got, like, a 105-pound Labradoodle, um, who makes my dog look kinda small, but they're, like, best friends, and because of their friendship, we became friends. "Hey, Julie, how you doing? You wanna come on here?" Julie's in here. She's in the, other live stream I was telling you about that's on us in, like, an hour and a half, a little less than an hour and a half. Julie, do you wanna come chat? Our coon says, "My dog hates fart noises," so that's fun. Does your dog growl at your butt or what? Uh, oh, you're driving. Yeah, that's not a good time to live stream. Everybody's busy. You're driving. Why are you chatting? Why are you? I hope you're doing speech to text. Um. So, Arcune, your dog hates fart noises. Does the dog like growl or bark at it? What happens? If you like this humor, you would really like bedtime not on the porch. Usually, I just blow raspberries. Okay. Does your dog growl? He barks at you. Okay. Um. Neither of my dogs really bark at me. I guess when I'm playing with my smaller dog, Bandit, he's a little Chihuahua Boston Terrier demon mix. Um, I call him that because he's just really very unfriendly with strangers. You know, he gets all aggressive and barks and snarls and not friendly. But give him a few minutes, he'll warm up, and then want to be in your lap. Dog thinks the booty needs an exorcism. Yeah. So Bandit is a very vocal player. So when I'm playing tug of war with him, he gets really loud, and I'll growl back at him, and we'll get into this growling match while I'm playing tug of war. That's when Hofty will bark. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And then of course I have to play with Hofty too. And sometimes he brings me something to throw, and I'm throwing the one toy for Hofty and playing tug of war the other hand with Bandit. It's multitasking. Hey, Miss Hughes, how you doing? I don't usually see you on a live. Um, and I might have asked before. If you want to come on, I'll bring you on. But if you don't, that's cool too. You ready, Grandma? Says, I need an old priest and a young priest. The power of Christ compels you. Is that an exorcism reference? I've never watched The Exorcism, so I don't actually know. Um, what that is a reference to. You do your exorcises. Okay. Arcune. um, what do you exorcise? Oh, sweet. Miss Hughes will come on. All right. Just let me know when you're ready. And I'll just do the add guest thing right here. While I take another drink of water. When I was teaching, ESL, the benefit to that is you try to get the students to talk more, so you don't have to like lecture, but there's still a lot of talking. Um, and my meds dry out my mouth. I was drinking water all the time and still getting dry mouth. I was very hydrated. Okay, scary movie 2, maybe? Okay, I think I saw that once a very long time ago. I know I saw the first one. That had Ned Campbell in it, right? Or was that no, that was Scream, wasn't it? I didn't go to movies a lot then. I did sometimes. Wasn't really into horror movies all that much. I mostly went because my friends did, but I do like horror comedy, like, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I don't know if you've seen that. But, what's his name? Alan Turing? Oh, he's great in that. Do I smoke trees? And no, but well, not voluntarily. We do have fire season, and so technically I do, but not because I want to. Um, Scary Movie is a parody of Scream. It's kinda like, Not Another Teen Movie, right? Yeah. The last time I actually went to a cinema, I was living in China, and it was 2019. I have not been to a cinema since. Yeah. Most of the time when I was younger, I was just too physically active to sit down and sit through a whole movie. Every now and then I could do it, but, um, I was outside a lot whenever I could be. It didn't matter what the weather was. Um, Now I'm more arthritic and oh, misuse is ready. I'm more arthritic and that hurts now in my Joints will scream from the depths of my bones if it's too cold and wet. Okay. Add yes. Let's see. Is use. There you are. All right. I just sent the invite, waiting for Misuse to join. You see a movie in theaters like every 2 years. Yeah, I mean, part of it's because it's cost prohibitive.
See?
Hi, Misuse.
Hi.
That's
How you
good to
doing?
friendly.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay today.
Yeah.
I wasn't so okay, but I'm better today.
I know I woke up triggered this morning and I had a really shitty morning. I'm on unemployment, well, not yet. I'm waiting for it. And so I had to go to get one of my bills paid, and I got my electric shut off this morning because they were supposed to put a hold on it, and it
Oh,
didn't go through. Well, I got a call yesterday. Said, "Oh yeah, but we're gonna put a hold on it." And then today at 9:30, my electric gets cut off. I'm like, "Fuck!" So I called, and they're like, "Oh, it's not supposed to be." And I called another place, and whatever. But I only had to pay a certain amount, which like helped me out. So, and I had to borrow the money from my son, which I'm like, oh my God, I feel like a loser, but what are you going to do? So I'm just waiting for, money to kick in that I should have already. But, you know,
these are hard times.
well, and what pisses me off is I would have been at my job for 5 years. It would have been February 11th. And I would have got an extra week's vacation. I would have got better benefits and higher pay, of course, and they just, screw you. And I'm so tired of people saying, thank you for your service as they reach in my back pocket or they, bend me over and, give me the good rogering. And I'm just like, ah. So every time I hear someone say, thank you for your service, I cringe. I'm like, don't say that. I'm like, so like ever since my house got flooded, Hurricane Matthew, it's like, I just feel like a target is on my forehead. So, yeah. Let me see what this is. Yeah. I don't know how that. There we
Yeah,
go.
we
All right.
hurricanes where I'm at, but we get wildfires a lot. And
Yeah. Yeah.
we're due for a big earthquake.
Well, in Michigan, I'm back in Michigan now, so it's just freaking cold.
Oh, yeah.
you know,
I spent
but
part of like winter in
yeah.
Great Lakes,
And
Illinois.
that's another thing too with the Epstein files. Like this morning, I woke up totally triggered
Oh
because
God.
I'm a MST survivor, and I have had a lot of sexual abuse growing up, and and my son is from a rape, and so in fact, I came home and I kind of cried earlier because he gave me a call. He's like, "Would you want me to pick up anything?" Blah blah. And I'm like, I just left because him and my mother live right next to each other. He's got like a mother-in-law suite and like right next to her house. So like literally walk, so he keeps her safe, which I'm grateful for. But he was like he went to practice because he fights professional MMA and he trains and he's like, I'm bringing something home if you want anything. I'm like, he's just I'm so grateful that we're very close, even though he knows where he's from. I'm very open about everything, for me, it was forgiving myself, and that way to heal. He deals with his, in another way. He's had counseling and, but he fights, he gets his aggression out that way. And he's very, very protective of me. So I'm very grateful.
Mm.
Yeah.
Does the VA help you out at all?
For my MSC, this is a they know I have PTSD. I've been diagnosed with it. But they don't wanna pay me for it because they technically my son was a rape that happened after I got out of the military. And one question I answered, well, what's worse? And that's kind of like what rape was worse? I don't know my son because he's there every day, and that's he's worse. So your PTSD comes from that.
Well, if
But
you're by
I
some
actually
own.
before that, they had sent me a letter. One time I was dating, one guy or whatever, and it was long. We had stopped seeing each other, but like I don't know, he came to me like I don't know 7, 8 months later and said, "Hey, I got an STD from this girl, and I don't, we even though we wore condoms and everything, just get yourself checked out." And I'm like, "Oh my God, fuck, are you kidding me?" And so I went to the to sick call, And, I didn't have anything, but at the time I didn't know because you have to wait for the lab test like 2 or 3 days. It was on a weekend. I go, "Give me the silver bullet. I don't want to wait, just in case, because better safe than sorry." I got a letter when I first applied for it years ago. They sent me a letter that says, "Well, you asked, that they wanted to claim that I was sexually promiscuous." And I mean, with the letter, when I got it, I was like, so like, and I was so pissed, like, and I like, just like was literally could have burst into flames. They've been like telling me basically like, "Well, you asked for it. Well, you're a whore anyways because you had a fucking STD," which I never did. The thing that they came back negative, I just asked for it because I wanted me to make safe and sorry. I never had anything, but they use that again. I mean, that's the kind of sickness the VA has. That's after our house got flooded, Hurricane Matthew, my husband and I moved back to Michigan. He was an alcoholic and he had a drinking problem. And before I could regulate it, when we lived in Carolina, where we were moved to, and this new location because we're waiting for our FEMA buyout, he had access to alcohol and he had a grand mal seizure one time. And after we were at the VA like all day, and he came home and he had squirreled a 30 pack away in his room because we lived where we could walk to a liquor store, or actually it was a gas station because he can take back cans, right? And that's how he did. He squirreled it away. And so he came back after he had a grand mal seizure and drank a 30 pack of
Oh,
liquor. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, him defecating into a laundry basket of clean clothes I just did. I was like, ah! I literally in fact, this is the only time ever I got him on video. He is babbling. I've never seen him this drunk. Well, he wasn't because he was like, had a grand mal seizure and then he drank all that. He was babbling incoherently, and I have him on video because I'm like so pissed. The first and the only time I ever went in his wallet and took away his ATM card because I was like, I had enough. He went to the VA in Flint because that's where we moved to because this was like temporary before we got our own place here. Whatever. Because where I wanted to move to, it fell through at the last minute. So I found a place out in Flint, Michigan, which is another ratchet ass fucking area. It's worse than Detroit now. The VA there, there's some dirty son of a bitches because that's why I'm going to law school. Because they sent us a fiduciary that's supposed to help us supposedly get out of debt. Because when we moved back to Michigan, we had great fucking perfect um credit because I took care of all the bills. When we moved back, I was in the hospital. There's another thing. In between all this, I got sick. I got septic blood and I caught a rare deadly strain of double walking pneumonia from someone on base. It was so rare that no one in this country had it until someone brought it back from wherever the fuck. I swear to God, I'm ground zero for fucking COVID. They had to fly. They didn't have any kind of antibiotic that worked in this country. They had to fly it from out of country, and they were running it down to my hall to give it to me because they were like, I was within hours of dying, and I didn't even realize this. They sent me home for 3 days because I took my blood and I didn't find out that I had septic blood and a rare deadly strain of double walking pneumonia. For 3 days, I'm going, God, I don't feel right. And this is during freaking. This is right around the time that Trump got voted in as president the first time.
mm,
This is
okay.
like, this is another thing too. I came home from the VA and I'm driving on 87, Highway 87, and I passed the fucking Trump campaign bus in my truck. I drove around that son of a bitch and I'm flipping it off. I mean, there's so many ties to the Trump shit. It's not even funny. Like with 3 days they sent me home and he won the presidency and I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And I had a heart attack. But if the heart attack was from the other two that could have killed me, right? I go to the VA and it's like standing room only. I'm like, fuck, I'm never gonna get back there because at this time it's the old VA. They have a new one in Fayetteville now. It's like state of the art. This one I went to back then was like, in fact, it was the worst in the country at that time because it was right after Hurricane Matthew and all that shit. And it was like, there was no room. In fact, when I went, I thought I'm not gonna get back there. My husband, you're going because I always make him go because of the seizures. So, anyways, as soon as they took my blood pressure and shit, they cleaned out a fucking broom closet for me, literally a broom closet, because they sent me home 3 days earlier and says, oh, whatever, and they never bothered to call me about the first two. I had a heart attack within those 3 days.
Yeah.
I was in the hospital for 3.5 weeks. I mean, yeah. Like I said, there's the last 10 years of my life have been, I would have never, 10 years ago at this time, I was rescuing dogs and I had a creek ran behind my house and, my husband and I were retired and there's no way I'm going to law school. Are you fucking kidding me? this just there's so much has happened in the last, just yeah. And now he's still under this woman's control because this fiduciary took over our lives. She divorced us illegally. She's got him. She lick his our FEMA buyout. She took his half, right? Has got him living in some adult care facility that's in like a halfway house. Basically, she runs it. She don't run it. She owns it because she's got him all over. And the more dirt I found out on this woman, just on my own with investigating and shit, the more I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Because she, for someone to be a fiduciary, 20 wards, that's usually tops. This woman, we've been told she's got over 200. And the more research I've done, the more I'm finding out that what she'll do is she'll get someone as a ward or whatever, and she won't pay any of their bills for 3 or 4 months, and then fucking gets their property, sells it out from under them, and then fucking it's just such a big scam. I found out from the other VA. He's the deputy director of the VA, the administrative, part of the building, whatever. They have it down in Flint. They call her Satan down there
Oh,
because they've dealt with her. Yeah, because she gets these people and she gets them and as signs over guardianship, and then she's got control of their fucking life. Because that's what she did. She got him sign over paperwork saying that he was incompetent, thinking he's going to get his money faster from me because we had a joint account. She didn't pay any of our bills for 3 months. I mean, she put us in debt. She liquidated she took my truck, a truck I almost had like in mint condition paid off. Just so many things this woman is. And the thing that sent me to the law school was when I heard a state trooper and another lawyer from that area say that she's above the law. I could have burst into fucking flames like a match. It's like, and I remembered 30 years ago, I got in trouble for whatever. I went in front of a JAG officer instead of going captain's mess. I went in front of a JAG. The guy was an asshole, and I had my paperwork ready, and I blew him off the floor with them. And afterwards, the JAG officer pulled me aside because I had worked with them before. I had delivered, I used to deliver confidential paperwork, so I knew a lot of brass. And he pulled me aside. He goes, "Man, Visa, you're really good at that shit. You should go into litigation sometime. You're really good at it." I looked at him and go, "Shit, I know I got a conscience, man." And he was like, "What? Are you trying to say I'm a dick?" And I'm like, "No, I have a conscience, and I meant that." Because I'm like a doctor. If someone died on my table, I'd be devastated. Yeah, I can help you pop your eye back in so your intestines back in. That wouldn't bother me. But if you died and I know you, I'd be crushed. And if someone went to jail and they were innocent on my watch, that'd break my heart. But when someone said that she's above the law, I was like, the fuck she is. So at that moment, it was like, I become the change you want to see. And that at that time when I had decided that I wanted to go, I still had to what am I gonna do? I don't know anything about fucking computers and there's a lot of shit involved. So just to even get it started with, the VA and all that took another year or so. So but at that time none of this shit was like relevant, the shady shit. I mean it was in our government, but not as deep level. And that lets me know I'm even because sometimes I'm like, why am I even doing this? Because there's so many, things that have still happened, and I'm trying to help him because he's still under this woman's, even though we're divorced, he's still my best friend. I still care about what's going to happen to him, even though he put himself there because, there's a lot of reasons why he's there. And I tried to help him, but everything happens for a reason. And I firmly believe that, regardless if it's good or bad, because bad things happen for the best outcome, you know. Think about it this is what inspires me all the time. John Walsh, his son Adam, how he was horrifically murdered. I would not be able to breathe, let alone get out of bed, let alone function, let alone start a fucking, but he took that and his son's memory, he honored it by saying, you know what, I want to make sure this never happens to another fucking kid again. And that's what inspires me to go to school. So if I can stop this from happening to someone else, I want to do it, and that's what, it's not about my marriage because, this bitch needs to be stopped. So, how do I go about doing it? Baby steps. So that's what I'm doing.
yeah. I once entertained going to law school to be a civil rights attorney because I didn't want to do court stuff. Um,
Yeah. And
but
that's another scary
I
thing,
saw
but,
the
I'm
price
really good
tag.
at it, so
I went, "No, I will never finish." 'Cause I
yeah,
was close to maxing out on my student loans as it was, and I didn't want to, like, gamble on potentially getting scholarships.
yeah,
So, I went a different route and went to TESOL, teaching English to speakers of other languages, and I'm like, "Well, that's another, like, kind of civil rights area,"
yeah,
because I did also care about, what immigrants were going through,
yeah.
and,
See, that's
it's
what I wanna do, I wanna change policies, I wanna, because there's a lot of things that are wrong within our judicial system that shouldn't be wrong. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed, and, if we need to fucking there's such an infestation right now that it needs kinda be burnt down and fucking started from the ground up again, There's some things that we can hold on to, essentially, but, most of this shit is, like, that's one thing that I learned in especially the judiciary systems locally, regardless, all probate courts are some dirty motherfuckers because they're dealing with wills and people's, estates, and a lot of people, unless you put it into a trust or have a really good fucking ironclad will, the courts are gonna get a hold of your shit, and there's nothing you can do, and it's a sad fact, unless you have, like, some really ironclad, a trust, and that's one thing I'm learning is these and she works in probate. This bitch works in probate where she's got, probate deals with a lot of stuff. They deal with people who are indigent. They deal with fucking, they deal with, what do you call it? Children, like, in childcare and fostering. Because that's another thing I worked with I worked with special needs at one time. And this lady I worked with, she had, cases that she used to foster in Flint area, and she pulled me aside, she goes, "I know who that woman is. She's a fucking demon." And I had 2 people from 2 different areas telling me this woman's Satan, and one woman saying she's a demon. That's when I started doing my own research and found out this woman owns property that and she's like, she's been doing this for a long time. She learned from her uncle and her father who did it before her. That's how much research I learned about this bitch. And so when my husband said she's scared of you, I go, she fucking better be. Cause she fucked with the wrong one. And that's the thing. This is the thing. She sees people because she's doing this. She's done it with children because she works in probate. So has access to people with foster. Oh, another thing, Flint. Remember the Flint water crisis?
Yep.
She got her fingers dipped in that shit too.
Ah, yeah.
Yes, this bitch got her fingers dipped in all kinds of shit. So that lets me know it's not just, it's nationwide. And that's another thing I found out that the fiduciaries and guardians, they are very corrupt throughout our throughout our whole nation. Nationwide, it's corrupt. It's a huge, like, big epidemic problem, and that's one of the first reasons wanted to go was because that needs to change. And I'm going after the VA and I'm going after probate. Those are my areas that I want to start because that's where we have a lot of infestation where these people they have a law degree and they're corrupt. They think, well, I can get access to that shit with a pen. They're worse than the fucking a fucking crook out in a strong arm robbing you because they do it legally. And this is another thing I found out. That's how evil this bitch is because I know I'm pretty pissed off and I'm able to control my rage and but I can only imagine the other people she's used to deal with people who are in probate. That's another thing I kept seeing all these people because I'm looking up her information, and I kept seeing all these different sex offenders, sex offenders, sex offenders. I'm like, why am I seeing sex offenders? She works in probate. She represents these fucking pieces of shit. Then I seen this is another thing, conflict of interest. She owns property that she's got these parolees that are sex offenders living in this huge apartment complex that she owns. And I can guarantee you she's got that place wired and she's blackmailing them to do her bidding because she's got a lot of minions. I found that out too. My husband had this guy that they took him to a one and like 2 or 3 times they took him to, and he met this guy that was it was AA meetings, right? Because Mark wanted to get sober, so they take him to these AA meetings. He meets this other guy who's a sailor, and the sailor gets him drunk. He'd say, "Oh, blah blah blah." Well, the guy was said because he knows these people. And he does. He knows him. He kept trying to have me come over and pick him up because they wanted me to come out and arrest me because they have a to separate us. They got a personal protection order to keep us separated. And I've never bothered. I never hurt him, done any, but that's how she legally separated us. And then she divorced us illegally because both of us contested it.
Oh God.
Right? And now, like, out of this is the kind of maddening shit that's been like, and how do you like, what do you do? How do you stop this kind? And this is, and I know I'm not a single. She's been doing this a long time. But I think I'm the first person that she's ever been, like, kind of freaked out. Like, she's never met her match because usually I've read other things. I've seen other like things online of people like, because she's got a website, a page, like, lawyers, whatever, lawyers.com. People leave like reviews and shit. My cousin found this page, and yeah, they're predators. Fiduciaries are predators. My cousin found this page at lawyers.com, whatever, and she got like a like 1.5 1-star, right? And she's been doing this for a long time. She's done it to other veterans, handicapped, elderly, and one person. He was healthy, and then within a year he died of septic blood, and they cleaned out not only his house, he had all this music equipment, he had a lot of tools in his garage. They sold everything. They liquidated everything. And another lady, she got a hold of this woman, and she had the family excommunicated. Same thing, personal protection order. She put her, and she was terminally ill. She put her into a hospice and had her sign over everything to her and fucked the family out of shit. And I'm like, she's been doing this, I guess, a long time. And my husband, she told him, well, because, he got pissed off because I took his ATM card, right? Well, she goes, well, we'll get the ATM card. You sign this over here and we'll get it back to you. In 6 months, you get everything back and you'll have, you'll be out of debt and blah, 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 blah. Because we got a little bit behind on some of our bills. The only debt we had, we don't have any credit card debt or anything. We had like, I think, $1,000 on our ATM overdraft, right? And she didn't pay none of this. She let our bills go into arrear for 3 months. I mean, just so many horrible things this woman did, and she just doesn't care. And she kept feeding him all these lies, saying, "Oh, we're going to help you. We're going to do this." And he, okay, thinking that they're going to help. This is nothing. I found out she doesn't work for the VA. She's a contractor for the VA. That's how she's able to get away with this shit.
Contractor. Hey, do you want to see if Margaret wants to come on?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Margaret, do you want to come on? For a minute to answer. I like Margaret.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Show, but that was art focused, and she's leadership.
Yeah,
we're able to make it work. Okay, yeah, she wants to come on, so I'm gonna add her. I love Margaret. Yeah. No, there you are. I'm subscribed to a number of Margarets.
Right?
All right, I sent the invite. Yeah, Margaret, leadership, activism. Great.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I was enjoying the conversation,
girl.
Hey.
I watch you all the time.
Yeah,
I'm only seeing you do this.
Okay. Yeah, I love y'all.
I do it right there with you.
Okay. Yes, you a straight shooter. I love that. I got to.
Oh, I tell it like it is, girl. I got no fucking filter at all.
Me neither.
My native language is trucker.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Well, I'm a sailor, so I see people say you cuss like a sailor. I go, well, I am. I'm an old sailor. I'm a salty bitch.
Okay. Hey, we in good company then. Okay.
Right. Yep. Ain't got to hold nothing back. Shit.
Okay. That's right. That's right. Shit. Bring it.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's just been the hell the last few years. But like I said, just keep moving forward, even if it's a crawl pace. Because I'm still moving. I'm still getting up every day. I'm still breathing.
Yeah.
That's all you can do,
That gives us the opportunity to make a difference in the world. And you made a difference today. I'm like, you go, girl. Shoot. You got
even if I don't
here.
do anything, maybe I can do something for it's the ripple effect, as they say. You know,
Yes.
if I can ride the wave out, as they say, because I'm a wave. Hello, catch the
Well,
wave. If I can
let's
ride it
go.
out to the shoreline, and that's another thing I say, because I got flooded. Hurricane Matthew. I call myself Driftwood because I just go with the flow. I have been,
Huh?
you know, that needle in the haystack, whatever can go wrong usually does for me. So I just
Okay.
like to ride it out. Fuck it, you know.
Ride the wave.
Like
Okay.
today,
Let's
like
go.
today, my shit got turned off, but within an hour or 2 hours, I got my shit turned back on. By the grace of God,
Yes.
there go I. You know.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Preach, girl. Preach.
Wait, what do you got to say about that legal mess that she was talking about?
I'm not going there. I was
Oh my
just
God.
listening.
Well, I thought you
Okay.
commented that was fucked up.
It's
It
just
was.
Yeah.
I believe you. That shit
it's
exists.
it's still going on. I'm still dealing with it. I'm still trying to help him. In fact, he just sent me a text saying that he's having our property taxes. This is another thing. Our property tax, she didn't pay it. And that was what was keeping us from getting our FEMA buyout. And she's doing some shady shit over state lines. So I got this bitch by the curly tails.
Okay.
It's gonna take me some time, but see, this bitch didn't realize my husband and I are ex-military. We worked with special forces at one time. I know patience. The best man at our wedding was a Green Beret instructor. I know patience. I've learned patience from people around me. It's having that just it's take it a minute and breathe and wait for the next breath to find out what's going to happen, because you never know.
Yes.
Because there's so many times I wanted to, I used to self-mutilate. Never wanted to kill myself
Okay.
because of my
Okay.
son. But the pain is so much emotionally, physically, I can take that. I haven't cut in probably about 7, 8 years because of my son. I promise him. But there's moments when I want to. But I always think about take that next breath, because it's not going to be, in that moment. That's what gets me through that. But forgiving myself was the hardest part to work through, my shadow work. That forgiveness, for me, it's not about the person who hurt me, because that's easy to forgive them. It's releasing myself from that pain. And
Yes.
that's where I think that's all of us that have ever had trauma like that have had, you have to come to that realization. You really
That's
do.
powerful. That's powerful, sister. Okay.
I try to keep it, all I can be is who I am and nothing more.
Oh,
You take me or you
yes.
leave me. You like me, you don't.
Flat
Like you guys see
out.
my shirt today?
I can't read it.
Okay. What does it
Justifiably
say?
furious. Says
Yes.
justifiably furious.
I love it. I love that.
Medusa, that bitch
Okay.
is justifiably furious. She didn't do nothing wrong but be pretty. Okay?
No.
Fuck. Bitch gonna hate you because you're cute. You know how many times I've had, because I had a breast reduction in the military. That's why I have MST. I had a lot of sexual abuse. Because I was cute and had big boobs. Okay? I'm not a stuck up bitch. I'm not trying to get nobody's man or whatever. I had women hate me just as much as men, if not worse. Because they think, oh, that bitch showing her titties, or, they're jealous. And,
Okay.
and it hurt me. And I thought, I did something wrong. I was called a whore. I was all these, and I'm not. I'm very, very reserved. In fact, so reserved. We'll not get into that. But they don't know me. They just judge me by what they saw. So that's why I never try to judge anyone by their appearance, because you never know who you're talking to.
You know what? Fuck them. Shit, fuck them.
Well,
They
I've
just
learned to let it go. I've learned to forgive them too, because they're insecure.
good.
They're insecure about themselves. That's what I
Yes.
learned. I learned that they're
Yes.
insecure about themselves, because a strong woman can come up and tell you, "Girl, you look cute today." I like that, because
Yes.
that's the kind of person I am. I can say, "Girl, I like that hat. Your hair looks cute." I like your
Yes.
glasses. That makes your face look good. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got. I mean, how hard is it to fucking raise someone up?
Yeah,
You
how
do so
fucking
much
hard
more
is
when you
that?
uplift someone. But when you
Exactly.
belittle someone, you're not putting them down. You're showing how shallow you can go.
Exactly. And you
You're only putting yourself
exactly.
beneath them, as far as I'm concerned.
Small
How we change
people
that?
Small people will try
I'm
not to
sorry.
feel small.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. So how we flip the script? How we change that conversation? Let's talk about it.
Kill it with kindness.
Oh, yes.
You rise above it. You rise above it because if you lower yourself to their level, they're only going to drag you down further.
Yes.
That's an anchor. I don't need an anchor. I have enough to pull me down in life. Life has got gravity, okay? Life is already pressing us down. We need to lift each other up. We need to, tread water and pull each other up.
Okay.
Like I
Yes.
said, it's the ripple effect.
Ripple effect. Okay.
Being a bully, I try not to engage if I have to.
Yes.
I learned from speakers like Dr. Romney, called gray rocking or yellow rocking, where you basically you try to keep things superficial, like small talk.
Yeah.
Because if you share anything, whether it's like a personal triumph,
they will use it against you.
A vulnerability, they will weaponize that against
you. Yes, I have learned that. I learned that long ago.
The weather, very topics, and you don't give them a lot.
No.
And in terms of,
don't give them shit. Don't give them shit.
They do all work for you.
Let them figure this shit out on their own. By the time they figure the shit out, we'll be gone somewhere else.
Right.
Next.
Right.
Okay.
Gonna keep being a bully. That they're gonna come down themselves.
Karma's a bitch. Let me tell you something. Jesus may save, okay, and God may forgive, but karma's a bitch I will never fuck with, okay, because she got a long memory, and she don't play. She will come around, go around. That bitch it's like a slingshot. Pew! Come right back and slap you in the ass.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Julie.
You know what? Julie probably got some things to say. Why don't we call her up here? Why don't we
come on, Julie?
Come on, Julie. Come on up here.
I'm sorry.
I'm just on the Substack.
You want to call her up here? She got something to say.
Hi, Deborah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
To bump one of you off to bring Julie up if she wants to come on.
Okay, I'll leave.
He was driving. Are you still driving, Julie?
Yeah, don't crash on us, girl. We don't want an accident.
I know I can.
Okay.
Are you still driving?
I'll step down so she can come here if she wants to. I don't have no problem with it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to take over your show. I didn't mean that.
No, I enjoyed having you.
Fun.
Yeah, this is fun. We should do this more often. We should do this more often.
Love it.
I know. This is my first time getting up and talking. Usually I'm just texting. Usually I'm just texting, but I'm always texting something.
Yeah. Okay, I'll step off. Okay, Julie, you can come on if you want to. It's all good.
Sure.
What? She said,
I don't know about that, Julie. It's just
I don't know about that. No. You got a lot to say.
Shit, I just had a lot happen. I just, all I'm doing is memorizing shit that's happened.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on, Margaret.
Bye,
It was
Margaret.
my pleasure. It was my pleasure. Thanks. Yeah, we should. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I don't know how to. Okay. Here we go. Oh, she's right there. Right there. I didn't have to type her name in. Here we go. Julie's good at this. So, there we go. Hey, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
I'm home. I ate. I fed the cat and the dog.
Did ya?
Oh, good.
Got all these things done.
So, Julie actually lives not very far from me.
I know. I went to your band field. I took the cat to your band field.
Oh, right on.
Mm-hmm.
Over in Eastman.
So you guys live? Where do you live? Oregon? Portland?
Yeah,
outside of Portland.
South of the Columbia Gorge.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the wind.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Well, I live in Michigan, so yeah, we get. That was
Ah.
North Chicago, so I know all about the winds. Trust
Oh
me.
wow, that's probably way worse than
Yeah.
here. I'm
Great
just
Lakes
like,
was
what is
horrible.
happening?
Oh
You know,
my God,
so
we
it's
used to have
like,
to march to this, to the galley at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and you had these
No.
snow drifts. Oh my God. And we're in these dungarees, thin dungarees, or just and everybody's like, just go
Frank,
for it, because we're supposed to march in formation. I was like, run for your, every man for himself. Screw it.
Do you like the snow?
No.
No. Okay.
I miss my house in Carolina. I miss the heat. Other than, it's because I'm older. When I was younger, I liked it. I used to go skiing and ice skate, hockey, that kind of shit.
Because they get
Um,
storylines. She loves her snow. She's in
yeah,
Michigan too. She
yeah,
loves her snow.
yeah,
I used
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been here when it
I have
snowed
when
yet.
you get older, and I have herniated discs and
me too.
surgeries and that kind of shit. So you're like, oh, my rheumatism,
Yes, I know, right?
My
In fact,
osteoarthritis
I'm sitting
is
Indian
depth of my
style right now. I got
bones.
my knee because I've been sitting here like crossed, my legs crossed so long.
Yeah, I know. I think of all the things I did when I was like 20, 21, and it
Yeah,
didn't bother me at all. I could walk, for
yeah.
miles through the snow or whatever.
Well,
And
I need to
I miss
start
that.
my
now,
yoga back up because I haven't been
oh yeah.
stretching. I haven't done it in a couple years, and I've
Have you
gotten
ever
out of
done
shape.
hot yoga?
I gained like 80 pounds since I had knee
Hot yoga
surgery,
feels good.
and yeah, and I haven't. I just got out of it, and I'm trying to lose the weight again, and I'm
Yeah.
on these shots, from the VA, the Wegovy, whatever,
Oh,
and
how's
I've
that?
lost like 40 already, but I want to lose another.
Wow, nice.
I want to lose another like 60 because I want to lose about 100. If I'm down
Nice.
to like 150, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I'm only
I don't need to
100
be. I don't
pounds
want to be
overweight.
skinny.
No big deal.
I don't want to be thin, real thin. I've never been a size 3. If
No,
I'm a size 10, I'm happy. Perfect
I think
10.
I was born bigger than a size 10. I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but yeah, pretty
you
much.
know.
I was in
And
a
the
space.
guys I like, you like shapely women anyway. So
Mm,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but and like I said, I don't give a shit. You don't like me. In fact, the guy I used to date was in Florida. I dated him when I was in the military. When he
Ah,
found out when I was getting divorced, we started dating again because this is the one that
Yeah.
got away, right?
aw.
But he's a black man, but he's also a maggot.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
He liked Trump. In
No,
fact,
no, no.
yeah. In fact, he got me to where I was like, oh, okay, kind of, because I voted for Hillary and for Biden, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he had me thinking that okay, he had me believing for a while because it is very
Nice.
convincing. The propaganda, whatever, whatever, and because I loved him and I respected what he had said. He's a little older than me,
Hmm.
but over time
Good Paul, hi.
he was slowly grooming me and he was slowly disrespecting me. And the last time I went down there to visit, we argued over something really stupid, like an
Oh,
iron skillet.
wow.
But what he said to me was so demeaning and so hurtful.
What
And
was that?
it's kind of like snapped me because I kind of like flashed back to all the other times of these incidences where it was
What did he say that was
red flag, red
demeaning?
flag, and I kept forgiving him because this is the man that when I first met him, we were both going through a lot of whatever was kind of like a pinnacle important part of our career in our life.
Mm,
And he credits me to him passing this really hard school in the Navy. I credit to him, going through some real shit with my family. And one of the things that when he looked at me one time because we were talking about something, and he looked up at me and he goes, "Wow, you're so smart." He goes, "You can be anything you want to be." He goes, just the way he said it to me, he was like the first man that ever seen me as a
mm-hmm,
woman. And I
mm-hmm.
remember before we didn't even really break up. It was just we had separated because he had left to go somewhere else. I was stationed somewhere else. So that's how we lost touch. But I remember him saying to me, he goes, "You're a great person. Don't let any man disrespect you. Any
Mm.
person disrespect you, not even yourself. You have
And
to
yet
show
he's the
yourself
one who was
respect."
demeaning, you said?
This is a person that over 30 years ago,
Oh,
he's telling me, don't let anybody, he's telling me this because he's got a
yeah.
small daughter at this time. Don't let any man ever disrespect you. Don't let anyone disrespect you, not even yourself. So I
Mm-hmm,
always accredit him to that part of me growing up,
mm-hmm.
to respecting myself. And that little bit of advice has taken me so far
That's good.
because I've
Yeah.
learned to respect myself above all. And then flashing back to, the last time I was there, him just what he had said to me was so like, even though it was off the cuff and it was, like really not a big deal, but it was a big deal because it was slowly taking away my identity. It was slowly chipping, like, do you even like me? I mean, why are we together?
That was my marriage. Yeah. It's like you get to the
why are
end
we
of the
even together if you
relationship and
don't like
go,
who I am?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
looks fade
exactly.
after a while, but if I got to sit next to you and I can't stand to look at you or even talk to you, why are we together?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but when he had said that,
People
it's like
change.
just all those red flags came, flashing back, and it was like, you know what? And I'm still crying over it. I still think about him. But the thing, I was driving home tonight and I was thinking, the what ifs. And I'm thinking, you know what? I got to stop saying what ifs because it doesn't matter. Because I know the what
I mean,
ifs
we can do
would have
that
been,
forever,
the
but
what ifs
change
would
is
have led me
nothing.
to a miserable life,
Yeah.
maybe an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be who I am and where I am now.
Yeah.
This is the path I'm meant to be on because everything happens for a reason. And I have so many little clues, I'm a very, I have a lot of weird things that happen. Like, okay, my cousin, when I was staying with her, she got this doorbell, and it's one of them remote doorbells that, you plug into the wall, and it's got a little thing in the front, you put a battery in it, but and she's got another, like her side doorbell had a wire to it. And I don't know how it would get the thing to plug in to work, but that thing would go off all the time, and there would be nobody ringing the bell. It'd just go
Okay.
off on its own. But times when it would go off, it was like times when I'm asking for answers or when something was like, it was letting me know something was going on, right? When I moved to my new house, I took the doorbell with me and one of the remotes, right? And I have not hooked that doorbell. I have it plugged in, but I didn't put the doorbell on the outside. I had it sitting on my table.
Is it like one of those ring kind of ones?
And it still goes off. I had my friend over the other day, and he's like, "Man, your house is fucking creepy." Because he said the same thing when I was at my cousin's house. Your house is creepy because it just goes off on its own. But it's like when we're talking about certain things, or I'm talking about my dad or whatever, and then it'll just go off. It's like he's letting me know that he's around. I get my lights will flash at certain times that does that. Just weird things happen to me, like numbers all the time. When I look at my phone, because I have military time, so it'll be 1414.
Yeah.
Or 2020. And so that's just, and it happens to
I
be
always
like
love like when
all
it's
serendipity.
11:11
Yeah,
or 4:44 or whatever.
yep.
Yeah.
It happens to me all
I'm
the time.
easily
Just
amused, though, I must
So
say.
I learned that and this is another thing too, is I'm the year of the dog.
Mm.
And dogs like reassurance. They like to be told they're loved all the time. They like to be petted. So this for me is like my little spirit guide is telling me you're okay. You're all right. You're on the right path. You're going the right, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm always questioning myself. I'm always second guessing. And that's one of the things that I have to learn to trust myself more. Because I do have special gifts. And when I trust my instincts, I'm usually right. Not always, because, no one's perfect. But yeah, a lot of
It's
times I'm
hard
like, damn, I
to
didn't listen to
trust.
myself.
I have a hard time trusting myself too because I was really
Yeah.
taught not to,
Yes.
especially by the abusive ex. They just kind of
Yes. My
slowly
mom
work
did
on
that to me.
you.
Like,
So
well, the thing is, just brush it off. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, blah, blah, like, just,
Oh
that's
yeah,
not true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
And I'm like, oh, maybe it's not. And then I'm like, no, I'm right.
Mhm.
And that's another thing that used to drive him nuts because it used to scare the shit out of him because I'm generally right. In fact, he would call when we'd be talking on the phone and the doorbell, like the lights would flicker or the doorbell would go off and I go, and there's no one there. And he's like, man, you're freaking, like, in fact, he always said, like, you're a part witch. Well,
I wish.
I have a medium that I talk to. She's abroad. And she says that, yeah, you do have special gifts. And not only that, I have been like a shaman and an oracle in past lives. So that's, by my birth chart and shit. So yeah, I just, and my gifts, I don't, because people are like, oh, you need to play the lottery. You need to just, no. Because when you use it for personal gain like that, it works against you. It works, it really does. So my gifts, I try to share them.
That makes
with other
sense.
people.
Yeah.
Because
If
then
you're a
you're blessed
giving
that
kind
much
of
more.
person, then it feels too selfish anyway to just use
Yeah,
it for your own personal
and I
gain,
just, I'd rather share my gifts than, hold on to them and hoard them.
Yeah.
Because that's what, I think that's what life is for sharing.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have been, God wouldn't have, our creator wouldn't have made us such, social creatures if, we weren't meant to,
Yeah.
to bond and to, to Yeah. What are they saying?
Walk in the know that you do know, mindfully. Vicious dogs are relieved that you are in control. Now they can stand down. Said.
You know, funny fact, Donald Trump is born the year of the dog, and he's a Gemini. And so am I. We're 4 days apart. But he's also born, was it 20? Like he's 24 years older than me.
1944? 45?
Yeah. He's got to be, I would say he's 44. No, yeah.
45.
46. 46.
46.
Yeah, 46. Because it's every 12 years. Yeah. Because I'm the year of the dog. But I share my birthday.
I don't know what I
share
am.
my birthday in the year with Judy Garland and Gilda Radner.
Ooh.
They're both June 10th, and they're both born on the year of the dog.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if you watch, you know,
They're
the
brilliant.
Long Island Medium, the Long Island Medium.
No,
Her
I
birthday is
haven't seen
also
that one.
June 10th.
Hmm.
She's all, you gotta watch her. She's very, very, very good, and she's
Is
pretty
she?
good. And then she's such a sweet, bubbly person, and she likes to share her gifts with everybody. She got long fingernails. Yeah, she's amazing. I love her.
You know, I think
And she's born June 10th.
Probably enjoy being on a live with Karen Marie Shelton.
Who?
With who?
Karen Marie Shelton.
Oh, yeah. She's lovely. She's lovely.
I bet you could probably have fun with the live on her. She's really into that stuff too.
Oh yeah.
She's like a force for good.
That's another thing. I started getting in my tarot cards, and I got crystal balls, and I got crystals and that kind of stuff. So I have, I have so many different what do you call it? So many different not taste, but things I want to do. So many different likes and whatever. And I want to learn so much, but it's I have to kind of like, okay, I gotta concentrate on one thing, because I go off in different spaces, like
I could
different
never
holes,
be a medium. I'd have to be at least a large, if not extra large.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
garbage at all that. I am painfully atheist, but like,
yeah,
I'm also not one of those people that's going to be like, oh, why do you believe that?
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but that doesn't mean it isn't valid. I just don't.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
For me, I'm not religious because I was, my girlfriend and I, growing up, her parents went to a lot of these different cult churches, and we had weird shit happen to us. And her stepfather did weird shit to us, and so like, in fact, even for me and my gifts, for me questioning certain things, like didn't make sense to me in the Bible, and then when I questioned, I was told that stupid or whatever. And then if I explain, I have dreams, and my dreams are very vivid. Sometimes I have deja vu, and I was told that I was evil, I was a witch. So I've had very bad experiences from churches, and I've had good experiences from some churches too. But at the same time, I find myself questioning more than what the Bible can give, and I find more answers
it
in other
was
spiritual
literally
places.
written by men,
And that's the thing. Exactly. I know it was written by a man, and I believe other a lot of religions tie in together. It's kind of like watching a car accident. I'm on one side of the street, you're on the other side of the street. I'm going to get a different perspective than you got, but we saw the same accident. We had the same. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I
but
know
it affected us in different ways.
I know that given where I was born, where I grew up, that I would frame spiritual things in Christianity, just because that's what I was taught. But I mean, I have friends who are Muslim or whatever else, and we are not that different,
Exactly, and they're all tying together. It's just, it's just a different way of practicing your spirituality. And so that's one of the things that Antoine, the guy in Florida that we connected with when we first met, was we're both very spiritual. In fact, he was at the church of the People's Church of Jim Jones right before they went to Ganya.
Oh my.
He was, so I mean, like, so a lot of different things tied in. In fact, he doesn't go to church, but he's very religious. He'll read his Bible to himself, which I think is kind of a little warped because he interprets it, a certain way, and he just,
I've had friends tell me that I should just, like when I was on dating apps and stuff, friends would say, just put spiritual, because I'm not like strictly, I'm not a church Christian person anymore. I'm deconstructed, as they say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's
It's
one thing that
interesting.
drives me nuts about other atheists is when they get self-righteous, and I'm like, "You
Yeah.
realize you're being exactly like the people that have
Exactly.
Oh,
And I have friends
funny.
who are,
like, you're acting exactly like that."
yeah, I have
Yeah.
friends who are agnostic, they don't believe or disbelieve. It's just like they need more
Oh,
proof,
you guys are okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess agnostic might fit me a little bit better than
Yeah.
atheist. I'm just like, um, I don't know, just because 'cause I'm incapable of the faith because I don't have the evidence, right? I don't believe
Yeah.
Mhm.
atheism does require some faith.
That's how
Yeah.
Robes is.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just
yeah.
Yeah.
not convinced.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly. So
okay.
you're agnostic, basically. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, there are people who are agnostic who are snobby about it too, you know?
That's funny. Yeah, 'cause
Or
when
They
I
are.
was in
They are.
but
And
all
they're hoity
fine,
toity about it.
right?
It's like, well, don't push your
Whatever.
religion. Well, I'm not trying to.
Don't believe, something that works for you or doesn't, that's fine.
Thank
As
you.
long as
Yeah.
you're not an asshole.
Exactly.
what I
I
had
don't push
to
my
come
religion. I don't push
to
my beliefs on anyone. I just tell you what my
Yeah.
experiences are. I share them with people.
Right,
And if it
right.
resonates with you, it does. If it doesn't, hey, whatever, I
Mhm.
don't give a
And
shit.
that's
It's not
valid.
going to take any skin off my ass. I'm still
Well,
going to
the
sleep
thing I
tonight.
had to realize, I mean, because I had a bunch of friends in Tennessee, all over the spectrum. I mean, some that would say agnostic, some
Yes.
atheists,
Yeah.
whatever, you know. Then the thing I told them is I said, I need to respect that you have come to your conclusions
Yeah.
based on your life, same as
Yeah.
same as me. So how can I disrespect yours? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because everybody's experience is different. We all have to walk our own path. We
Mm.
end up at the same destination, but how we get there is very different.
Yeah.
I'm not, gonna knock anybody for, their own journey.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, I
But
can't
boy,
validate
Christians
something
can be
from you
very
if it's
Tell me
you just,
yeah.
experienced it. How can I
Mhm.
validate your experience?
Guess I the reason I lean on atheism is because I lean less toward possibility than agnostic would,
Yeah.
Mm.
you know? I don't
Yeah.
see it as a possibility. Um, that doesn't mean I'm right. So maybe I'm a hybrid. I don't
Yeah, I mean, because I know what
But I like
Robes
that.
what Robes says is that I can't prove or disprove, and
Yes.
so that's,
Where
where he is
agnostic
with
comes
that.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
And I have,
my science
and let me tell you
is
something.
that
I have a friend of mine, and he was a best man at our wedding. He's a Green Beret instructor. Love him to death. And he claims to be agnostic. But he goes, you know what? When I've been under fire and, he ran the Mogadishu Mile, that kind of shit. He's a badass. He goes, when I've been on fire, yeah, I prayed to God. There is no atheists in foxholes. That's what they say. So yeah, when you're
uh,
under fire, he's like, God, please help me. Later on, you're like, oh, whatever, I'm a man again. But
Yeah.
and under fire, you think on
Yeah, yeah,
any kind
looking
of
for some
deity,
kinda
any
help,
kind of
yeah.
deity to hold, pull yourself out of some shit. Yeah,
well,
Yeah.
that's something that, like, Buddhists might, describe as something like Zen, when you're
yeah,
which is
yes,
when you get into a survival response, right? And things
yeah.
Mhm.
slowing down, that's your
Well,
base.
yeah, yeah. When yes, there's sometimes when everything slows down or whatever, but then there's times when shit's just happening. You just, you know,
And
yeah, you don't even know. It's an out of body experience. You don't even know what you're doing. You're just watching the shit
that's
happen.
justification. Yeah. So my science brain says absence of evidence is not evidence, but I'm just a
It's
person. We're all
funny.
just persons, and we're doing the best we can.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, I think I just knew from pretty young that I was aware that there was something beyond what I could see,
yeah,
and I don't know, people, I'm sure, call it all kinds of different things, but I just, over the years, I've just seen the difference between a negative force and a positive force in the universe or whatever, and
Well,
that's
you see my
yeah.
fairy lights. I
I love
had,
them.
when I was little, I had, it was, and this is my first memory. My first memory, I was probably about 2.5. I had this Mickey Mouse. It was a nightlight, and it was like a plastic, and it stood up. It was like on a little, pedestal. It was plastic. And I
Mhm.
remember waking up and wanting to bite his face off. And I kept seeing little shooting lights out of this thing. Little shooting lights, and like
Yeah.
fairies. And I thought I was chasing fairies, right? And that was what I used to wake up in the middle of the night chasing the fairies. And I have insomnia. I've had insomnia since I was a little girl.
Oh,
And I can
bummer.
remember my mom, one of my next memories is we're on an Easter egg hunt. And I'm not looking for the Easter eggs. I was chasing the fairies. So, like I said, in fact, when I was at my cousin's house, I was saying, and I had, I had my own room, and I had this. It was a what do you call it? A lava lamp. It was in the corner.
Oh
And the way that the lava was striking, it literally looked like fairies, like butterflies, fairies' wings flying around in a circle in my room.
I have a lava lamp.
The whole
I
room.
need
When
to
I
find
turn
a
off
safe place that the cat won't knock it down, though, so I can plug
and
it
when I
in.
turn off my lights in this house now, I have butterflies that glow in the dark. So
Aw.
they're my fairies. Yeah. So I believe I do have little, I don't care if people believe me or not. I really don't, but I know what I know.
Well, my one of my daughters is definitely more sensitive than I
Yes.
am to things, I
Yeah.
mean, because she's always been fascinated, and I
Yeah.
mean, when she was 4, she asked me where Satan lives, so that was interesting. She's always been a questioning person.
He walks among us, honey. He's all around us. He's living in the White House.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. Ah, oh, no shit.
Yeah, right. I just woke up so triggered this morning, and then I was like, and then that shit happened. I was like, I just got to get past it. But I have to stop. Like I know that there's files out there, and I have read some of them, but and I want to know more, but at the same time, I don't want to know more because
Yeah.
I know once I know, I'll not be able to unknow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You follow
Yeah.
And
Ellie?
huh?
You follow Ellie?
Yes, yes. And for my son, but see, this is my son had told me about this shit long ago. We're talking like 10, 15 years ago. He was
Really?
telling me,
Yeah.
yeah, he knew about the conspiracy about the island and people eating the pizza, all of that. And he was showing me, and I'm like,
What's the
and
pizza
then
thing?
the
I
more
I don't know anything about that, but I
the pizza, yeah, the pizza is when they're ordering from Epstein, they speak in code. And
Oh,
pepperoni is like boys, and cheese is they have all these different yes, for they're ordering children people, and they're using ingredient and toppings to code for with it blonde hair, blue eye, whatever. Yes,
so gross.
true story. And when one of the people he showed me was Seth Green. And he showed me a video, like, yay, pizza. And they showed this little boy in a pizza pajama outfit.
Oh,
And I go,
baby.
holy fuck. And I just seen on one of these things where they're reading off the names, some of the names, they're on the flight logs or whatever. Seth Green was one of them.
Mm.
And I was
I'm
like,
not sure who that
because
is.
there's
Where's
a
that?
lot of names on there. And I'm like, God, I don't want to believe it. But the more, and my son's like, no, believe it. He's telling me Tom Hanks, Oprah. And I'm like, nope.
Did
Fucking
you
Not Tom Hanks.
Yep.
No.
Yes,
show
Tom
on
Hanks,
your
baby. I know.
you saw it? Without my
What's
glasses
that?
on, your beautiful lighted mask arrangement looked like flying birds, and the butterfly on the ceiling looked like a wise owl.
Oh, thanks. My butterfly.
So funny. You can come up. Come on. Come on.
But
Oh,
yeah,
there
I
you
just,
go.
for, in fact, on my one wall right here on the other side, I don't know if you can see it. It says mask.
Okay.
Says
Yeah,
what?
I have, just, stupid shit, whatever. I just to keep myself, this is how I feel safe. This is my safe space,
Mm.
surround myself with, things that make me feel safe.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I'm by
good.
myself, and before I had my husband, and I don't know, whatever. I have good neighbors. They have cameras. In fact, I'm getting cameras for my place, but
Mm.
it is what it is for now.
Yeah.
But
So
Yeah.
you have neighbors close, or?
yeah, yeah. I have
That's
one
good.
neighbor. I
Yes.
love him to pieces. Him and his mother live next door. And even when because I didn't have, I just told him because I had lost my job.
Hi,
'Cause he
puppy.
shovels for me. He shovels my driveway, my sidewalk and shit. And I said, I don't have any money to give you, until I can, he came over and shoveled my shit anyways. I mean,
Aw.
but I love him to pieces because, like Christmas time, I'll take him over, present and, some cookies and shit,
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
just because he's a good neighbor. He keeps an eye out for my
I
son,
want
my dog, and,
cookies.
he watches my house, so yeah. When I
What are
first
you
moved in
doing?
here, my dog stuck her head out of the, where the dryer vent goes and had her head stuck. "Rrr, rrr, rrr, rrr." He called me at work, and where I worked with that love him. They let me go and take her, get her out, and He'd call me 2 or 3 times. In fact, one of my times, she knocked out my screen window and got out and was wandering around the neighborhood. He helps, so like I said, I love him to pieces. Yeah, I got really good neighbors.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to go get my dogs, and
Okay.
got to get ready for her next live stream.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
goodness, I didn't realize how late it is. Yeah. I need to go
Yeah.
put on my lipstick. Yeah.
All right, honey.
Put some water on.
Nice talking to you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a
See
good
you
night.
soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Julie.
Bye.
Bye, Kat.